Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the assumptions made in strength of material. Whenever we solve the analytical problem, this is the analytical subject, and sometimes for our simplifications to eliminate complications in the calculations, we assume some assumptions. In a similar way, here in strength of material, we are doing some assumptions. What are those assumptions that we are going to see? The first one, the material of the body had solid continuous structure. Means that material is not at all having any cracks, any gap in between, any voids in the material. Its structure should be continuous one. That is the first assumptions we are doing. The second one is the material is homogeneous and isotropic. Now we should know what is the homogeneous and what is the isotropic. That we will see one. Homogeneous means it is another meaning same origin. Here what happens, at any point in one direction property remains same. Once again I will repeat, keep in mind, at any point in one direction the property it remains same. See here, take example here. There are the different points that you are seeing here in the red color. But the property here towards the right hand side, the arrow which you can see, the property in one direction at a different point it remains the same. That we can call it as a homogeneous. The few examples are, it may be the timber, iron, even gold, or all the base metals that we can say having the homogeneous properties. The second one, what is the isotropic? The isotropic, again the same another meaning is the same directional property we can say. So here what it says, at one point in any direction property remains same. Now see here, here are the three different points. If I consider here one point, at one point in any direction, either towards the left hand side, right hand side, upward, downward, or in any another direction 360 degree, the property remains same, but at that point only. If point changes, then property will change. So at that point in all direction the property remains same, that is the isotropic. And here in homogeneous, at different point in one direction the property remains same. So here another assumption what we did, the material is homogeneous and isotropic. That is the second point. The third assumption is what, the principle of superposition is valid. What is this? When the number of loads that are acting on a body, then whatever the resultant strain occurring in that, it is according to the principle of superposition, and that will be the algebraic sum of strain caused by the individual body. Now here we will see, suppose this is the body, simply supported beam we can say, this is the beam and the T is support, here is the 1 point load, and due to that whatever the deformation it occurs in this body, that is the 1. And again another second, the member simply supported beam, here the point load at another point, and due to that the another deflection you will get, and this is the third beam on which the load it is acting here. Now here we can say that if we add that, in the first case length is same load, and in the second case again another load, in the third case another load, all these we can add, and the resultant it will be the addition of algebraic summation of all these two. right? Or the vice versa. This is the case where the three different load that is acting, and if you want to find out the total load, then you can find out separately this one second, and this one. If we add all these three, then you will get the resultant of this, the final. So this is what we can say, that the principle of superposition, it should be valid, right? Next, the fourth one, the self weight of the body that we are ignoring. But in actual practice, we should consider, but here for our simplification, what we are assuming, whatever the self weight of the body it is there, that we are neglecting. That is the fourth assumptions made in the strength of the material. Next, fifth one, the Saint Venant's principle is valid. What is it? If there is a sudden change in cross section, then it may lead to the stress concentration, and that we have to avoid. If there is a sudden change in cross section, then stress concentration occurs, then component it may fail. And here we have to try to reduce the gradual change in cross section of the member. Whatever the sudden change is there, that we have to reduce by gradual change in cross section. Here you can see here in the figure, here it is a sudden change in cross section. Due to that, the stresses, these are localized at one point, right? And here in the second figure, instead of the sudden change, what we have given, the fillet we have provided, and due to the stress line, it is somewhat streamlined one. That is the lower stress concentration. Here that is the high stress concentration at this point, and here somewhat the lower stress concentration. Here you can see here, this is the first case where sudden change. Instead of that, if you provide somewhat fillet, it is somewhat good, and instead of that, even if you go on decreasing, this is the more better, and this is the best one. Here what happened, the area, it is slowly decreasing when we are moving towards the right hand side. So this is the best design, right? So here what it is, it should obey the Saint Venant principle, right? So that we have to avoid the sudden change in cross section in the component. So these are the five basic assumptions which we are doing in strength of material. I hope all of you understood this. Thank you. We will see the remaining part in next lecture.